Hey guys, welcome back to BackPocketGameReviews, and as a lot of you know, I am a huge fan of online gaming, but we're going to talk about the people that are ruining online gaming, and if you're doing these, people don't want to play games with you, just as a heads up. People actually hate you. So, I was starting to enjoy TeamSpeak again, I was enjoying just randomly talking to people in the games, and then all of a sudden the holidays rolled around, and there was a huge influx of griefers, as we will call them. Those are little kids that literally cause numerous amounts of problem, and I'm going to go ahead and say that majority of them are little kids because I've interacted with most of them to attempt to put them in their place. So, things that people are ruining, and let's keep in mind this isn't every game. Obviously, they could go play a game like Call of Duty where you don't have to interact with a team, you can't team kill, and it's going to essentially eliminate a lot of these features because it is based for a more casual market. Some of these more intense team-based games just aren't cut out for everyone. So, and I specifically mean games like Rainbow Six Siege, Overwatch, Rocket League, PUBG, games like that where you have a lot bigger of issues when they arise. Number 1 on the list, unable to accept blame for your own actions. If I am clearly across the map and you and I are the only 2 people alive, went in at 2 different points and you get down, yeah, you're right. I'm not going to run around to get you back up. I'm not going to come out of my way to revive you when you're probably being used as bait to kind of lure me into the situation. And I'm not just talking about that specific situation. There are plenty of other times where you're unable to accept the blame of your own actions. Like when you are literally the bottom of your team and complaining about your team being garbage. And these games have numerous other ways for you to earn points. Kills isn't the number one thing. I mean, kills are great. They really do help impact the way these games play out, specifically like with Rainbow Six Siege. But it's not the only way for you to earn points. If you are unable to pull your own weight in that online game, don't sit there and try to belittle your teammates, okay? Because they don't like you. And I have no issues with you being bad. You can even ask for help. I'm not above that. The issue is when you turn around and complain about everyone else when you're the worst person on the team. Next up, telling people how to play. And I don't mean like the person needed some advice or they're asking specifically a location of a person or something along those lines. Obviously, there's a lot that goes into playing as a team. But when you are literally instructing me that I should be switching to this weapon or doing this or doing that, shut up and let the person play. If they ask for your help or if they had a question, that's great. But you aren't them. This is how team games work. I don't see, football players sitting there going, "What the hell are you doing? Tackle him by the legs. Tackle him by the neck." No. They shut their mouth and let their teammate do their job. It is their responsibility to carry their actions. Rage quitting. And rage quitting isn't simply just you quitting the game. Rage quitting is you screwing your team over because you didn't like that you were losing or you specifically were doing poor at it. And I don't mean like, oh, my connection freaked out and I got kicked from the game. It's very obvious when the person literally just rage quit because they're in round 3, have 0 kills, and every other round that you played of the game, they actually started a vote to essentially submit or forfeit from that match. That happens a lot in Rocket League and in Rainbow Six Siege, and it's really annoying because I don't forfeit, I play to the end. Whether I'm losing or not, I'm still going to see it through to the end because quitters never prosper. Teabagging! And I don't mean like I really just got into like a huge drawn out gunfight with this dude, or I, literally accomplished so much while this was a huge drawn out battle. I mean, if I kill someone and you walk up and teabag my kill, you look like a douche. I mean, literally, it is obnoxious when you teabag every single thing in a game. Especially if it wasn't your kill. If it wasn't your kill, You did nothing of accomplishment. Don't teabag it. Filing complaints. And by filing complaints, I mean when you literally start trash talking someone online, like you started and then they respond to you and now you're upset and butthurt, you say, I'm going to report you to Xbox Live or PSN or whatever service, you come off as an immature child who can't finish what they started. It's not my fault that your only thought on how to handle a situation is to file a complaint when you're the one causing the problem. By the way, if you filed too many complaints, the service stops listening to your complaints because they flag them as fake or that you're just spamming them. So, grow up, learn how to handle your own problems, and don't sit there and complain about someone if you're going to be upset about what they say back to you. Next up on the list, trash talking. And I don't necessarily mean trash talking the other team. Trash talking the other team can be a bit obnoxious, but normally you're not going to have a lot of opportunity to essentially communicate with the other team. It's mostly just going to be your teammates that you're speaking with. I mean when you are trash talking your own teammates. People hate you. They don't want to play games with you. Oh, my team's terrible. Again, if you are the bottom of this list, shut your mouth. Even if you're the top of this list, it still makes you look like a dick. Alright? There's an online gaming community, and no one likes playing with you when you're that toxic individual that literally cannot accept that you're either better or worse than someone, or maybe you're middle of the road. Not everyone's at the same learning curve. That's what a team-based game is you try to help your teammates overcome that because you're working together as a team. No, that's such a hard idea. And you sitting there and saying something negative or to tear them down doesn't help build a team dynamic. By the way, just so you're aware. And also, chances are, if they're in a party and they heard you, they're making fun of you in that party. And yeah, that's all I got, guys. That's it. People don't like playing with you if you're doing these things. All right, this has nothing to do with you being good and maybe everyone else just can't see how good you are. These are called team games, and certain, as I said, certain games tend to be more strategic, and you do have to work with and communicate with your team. But people hate playing with randoms, especially when the random happens to do any of these things. Overwatch has no shortage of its issues with randoms. A lot of people hate it. That's why a lot of people are already in a party and not talking with you. Or sometimes, for example, I have my mic muted at the beginning of a match, and the second I hear you start grieving, I'm either going to fold down my boom and essentially tell you to stop because you're annoying me and I don't want to mute the whole team, or I'm going to actually interact with the team because it looks like the team might have a good dynamic and everyone's working together. Don't kill that. Don't ruin gaming. Don't make gaming come off as this immature hobby because we're sitting here and we argue for other things like, oh, games should be able to tackle these more hard topics or controversial topics, and then people like you come along. Your mom should have never bought you this game if you're going to act like that. Okay? And it comes down to, I'm not saying mature rated games shouldn't be played by any kids, but as a parent you have a right to know if your kid's a little shithead or not. And unfortunately it looks like most parents don't know that. But your kid might get upset when I decide to, go into his stream and troll him a bit and block me and my wife on Mixer. But guys, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to click subscribe. You can also drop a thumbs up to let me know how much you liked it. And I'll have plenty more content coming for you soon.